All right, so we are going to continue from the part 2 from where we stopped the last time. So we stopped here, and we are creating a landing page using FlutterFlow. Okay, so we'll continue from this section. All right. Yeah, so here, since we have information stacked side by side like this, we are going to use a row. So we are going to put a row in our column. All right, put a row. Then the next thing is this text. So I'll copy this text. The size is 50 by 600. Okay, so inside this row, I'll scroll down and I will put a text, and the text says this. Then it is 60 by 600. 60 by 600. Is it 60 or 50? 50 by 600. Then U comes down. It's 50 actually. 50 by 600. Then U comes down. So U comes down like this. Okay. Then we have this second text. So I can just duplicate this text like this. Then I'll select the second text, copy it. It is 18 by 500. This is 18 by 500. 18 by 500. Okay, so bring this down, as well. I think that's okay. So we can leave it like that. Then the color too, I can copy the color code. I'll put it in the X color here. Enter. Then the spacing between this and this is 113. I'll give it a padding of 113. Alright. Then there's a button of 162 by 66 with a border radius of 70. Copy the text. Then in the row, I'll select the row and I will insert a button there. It is 162 by 66. This is the button text. I'll paste this here. The width is 162 by 66. Then the border radius is 70. And it has a few color of green. Not this green actually. Let's copy the green. This is the color code. And I'll put it in the S color here. Enter. Then the spacing between this and this is also 113. I'll give it a left padding of 113. Then this text itself has a padding of 130. If you hold down your Alt, you'll be able to see the padding. So I'll select this and I'll give it a padding of 130. Okay, so we are here. Then that's the top padding of 130 as well. So I'll give the row, the main row, the top padding of 130. Okay, so the next thing is also this, and it is also stacked side by side. That is another row. So select the colon, I'll input a row there. Now inside the row we have this image. Okay, so to download this image now, I'll leave the developer mode. Then I'll be able to select, I'll double click to select this image. I will export it. I can preview it to see. Okay, then I'll export it. I'm exporting it inside this place. Then I will double click this as well. I will export it to my folder here. Then I'll double click this and I'll also export it into my folder here. Right. Then I'll go back here, then I'll go to my asset media or media assets. I will upload the three pictures that I just downloaded. So I've imported all of them. Here they are. These are the three images. So I'll go back to my widget 3. Then this is on top of this, and this is also on top of this. That's a colon. So inside this row now, I'll put a colon there. Inside that row, I'll put a colon. Then inside the colon, there is this image. What the size of this image is 364 by 430. 364 by 430. So I'll scroll down, then I'll add image into the colon, which is 364 by 430. Then I'll change from network to asset. Then I'll select the image, scroll down to look for the image. I guess, yeah, this is the image. Yeah, this is the image. Then I can move the feed like this. Then there is a test. I can go back to developer mode because of this. There is a test there. I'll copy it. It's 30 by 600. So inside the colon, I'm going to add a row. Inside this colon, I'm going to add a row. Okay, so I'll add a row. Inside the row, I'm going to add a test. Inside the row, I'm going to add a test. Then I'll paste the test that I copied. And the size of the test is 30 by 600. 30 by 600. So I'll select the colon. I'll select the colon and give it a left alignment like this. Then it has a top padding of 30. So let me just copy this test, which also has a top padding of 20. Copy this, which is 18500. And this row will have, I'll duplicate it just to have two. Then I'll select this row. I'll give it a top padding of 30. Then I'll select this second row. I'll give it a top padding of 20. And this text will be changed to this. This, yeah. This text will be changed to this. And the size is 18. And the color is actually this. Use color. Right. So I think we are done with this. So I can select this and look for that 64. So this colon now, I'll select it and I will duplicate it. Then the second one, this one, I'll give it a left padding of 64. Left padding of 64. Then so I will now duplicate this one now that I give a left padding of 64 to. Sorry, not 464. Yeah. So I'll duplicate it again. Then I can change this image to the second image, okay, which is this. So I can change the image to, let's see, to this. Yes. Then I can change this as well to the last image, which is this. So I can change the text Okay, I can change the text. So yeah, so this one that I just copied, scroll up and I'll paste it. I'll copy this as well. I'll select this and I'll paste it here. Okay, so we are done. Then this, now let me leave the developer mode again, and let me select this. From here to here is 130. So I'm going to select this main column, this first column, and I'm going to give it a left padding of 130. Right, left padding of 130, and then top padding of 74. So I'll select the row and I'll give it a top padding of 74. Top padding of 74, like that. Okay, so the next step is this. Have we done something like that before? No. Okay, so this is the next step. Alright, this is the next step. So we are going to have a row on the column, a row like this. Then inside the row we are going to have a column like that. Inside the row we are going to have a column. Select this, then I'll add a column to it. Then inside the column we are going to have this text. Let me go back to developer mode. So this text, I think it's still the same text that we have. Okay, not the same text. I'll copy this. It's 50 by 700, just like the one we had earlier. So I'll scroll down, then I'll select my column. I'll add a row inside the column. Then inside the row, inside the row, I'm going to add a text. So I'll select it. Then I'll paste this text. And this U will come down, right? Then this will be 50 by 700. Okay, so 50 by 700. Then we can now have this. So before we can have this, let's add a row inside this column. Let's add a row. So inside the row we can now add an icon. Inside the row we can add icon. Okay, so I can select the icon from here and say check. So this is the one I want to use. Alright, and I'll give it a fill color of this green. Use color. Now look for the size of the icon. I think the size is 32, not 24. So I'll increase it to 32. Okay, then I'll select this column that contains them and I'll give it a left padding. And the row itself is 50. So I'll select this icon, the row for this icon, I'll select it and I'll give it a top padding of 50. A top padding of 50, like that. Yeah. So inside the row, we are going to have a text. We're going to have a text, and I'll go and copy this text. It is actually 18 by 500. So I can change the text. I can change the text. Sorry. And I'll paste this that I have there, and it's going to be 18 by 500. 18 by 500. Then it has a padding of what? 20. A left padding of 20. a left padding of 20. Okay, so I can select this and duplicate it. Then I will go and look for the distance between this and this is actually 32. So I'll select this row. I'll reduce it from 50 to 32. And how many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5. So I have 2 already. So I can select this now and I add more 3. Okay, I add one more. Yeah. So we have 5 now. Then we can now have this image. So let me leave the developer mode and come back to this image and export it. You can export this image now. Now, exporting this image is just like what we have been doing before. So I'll come back to this place. Then I'll go to my media assets. I will upload the image that I just exported. Alright, I will upload the image I just exported, and I'll come back to this widget 3. Then inside this row, I'm going to add an image to it. I'm going to add an image. I'll look for the size of the images. 574543. That's the size of the image. 574543. Then I'll change from network to assets. Then I'll select the image, which is this one. Then the distance between that and this is actually 135. So I'll give it a left padding of 135. Don't worry about the opacity, it will still change. Okay, it will still change back. Let me go back to the colon. I think it was the colon that I mistakenly gave it an opacity, so I'll just increase it back to what we have initially, which is 1. Yeah, so then let me select this and look for it. That's 130, I guess. Yeah, 130. So I'll select this column, this first column, and I'll give it a left padding of 130. And the top padding is 130 as well. So I'll select the row and I'll give the row a top padding of 130 as well. Alright, so we are done with that part. The next part is this part here. Okay, is this part here. So we are going to have a row, then a container, then a row inside that container, and we move. Let's just have it there. Okay, so let's go down, select this column, and we add a row inside it. Then inside that row we are going to have a text, which is this text. Let me go back to developer mode. And this text, the size is 50 by 700. 50 by 700. Let me paste this text first. Then this is going to be 50 by 700. 50 by 700, and I will change the text alignment to center like this. Then I can select the row and I also put it in center like that. Then between that and this is 130, so I'll select the main row and give it a top padding of 130. Where is it? This row. Select it and give it a top padding of 130. Okay. Then this now I'll copy it. It's 18 by 700. I'll select this row again. Sorry, this column again. This main column. That main column selected. Then that main column will put a row inside it. Okay, we put a row. So inside this row, we are going to put a text. I've actually copied the text, so I'll just paste it. I'll just paste it there. Then the size is 18 by 700. 18 by 700, and the color is also this. Just use it. Then I'll select it and centralize it. Then the spacing is 40. So that row is selected. I'll give it a top. So we'll then add this container. The size of the container is 340 by 70. So inside this column again, we add a container. Okay, the container is what again? Let's see, 340 by 70 with a border radius of 10. 340 by 70 with a border radius of 10. Let's give it a border radius of 10. Okay, so we're giving it a border radius of 10. And the top padding is 40. Let's give it a top padding of 40. Now, if you look closely, you will see that it has a faint shadow. Alright, faint drop shadow. So we are going to add a drop shadow here. You scroll down, you see box shadow, and we add it, a box shadow. Now you can see it very well. Now, yeah. So inside it, we'll add a row. Then inside that row, we'll add a text. A text that says bill monthly, which the size is 18 by 500. Paste it, and it is 18 by 500. 18 by 500. So here now we look at the second container, which is 160 by 56. 160. Inside that row, we'll add another container or a button. You can call it a button. And it is 160, I guess, by 56. A button, and we make it 160 by 56. Okay, so here now we can now give it a border radius of 10. And we change the color to this green. Use color, and you can come back to this place, select this, copy, and then we paste it where we have button here. Just scroll up, you see button, then we'll paste it there. Alright, Then we can now look at the distance between this and this is 38, and distance between this and this is also 38. So I'll give it a left padding of 38. Okay, then I'll give this text and a left padding of 38 as well. Good. So we are done with that as well. The next thing is for us to have this, which is also in a row. Which is also in a row, right? So we come here, we select the colon, we add a row inside it, and the row is going to have a top padding of 67. Top padding of 67. Right, the top padding of 67. Then inside the row we are going to have a container which is 374 by 644 and a border radius of 20. So inside the row I'm going to add a container which is 374 by the height is 644. The height is 644 and the border radius is 20. Alright, the border radius is 20. Okay, and it has a faint drop shadow as well. So we are going to give it, oh sorry, this is 644. 644. Like that. Yeah. So if I scroll down, I'll see it. Then I can give it a box shadow here. I just activate this box shadow. Right. So inside this place, we have all these stacked on top of each other. So we are going to add a colon inside the container. We'll add a colon inside the container. Alright, so inside that colon, we are going to have this text there, which the size is 30 by 600. So I'm going to add a row. I'm going to add a row. Then inside the row, I'm going to add a text. Inside the row, I'm going to add a text. Yeah. So the text is going to be what I have copied. I just paste it here, which is free, and the size is 30 by 600. Okay, then I'll select the row like this and I'll centralize it. Then the top padding is 40. The top padding is 10. So the top padding here is 40. I'll first of all duplicate it. Alright, I'll give this a top padding of 10, and I'll give this first one a top padding of 40. Top padding of 40. Then I'll select this second text. I'll copy it. It's 18 by 500. This one is 18 by 500. I'll just paste it here. And that one is 18 by 500. Where support comes down. Back to this place and I'll bring this support, I'll bring it down like that. Then I'll centralize it and change the color to this color. Okay, so we've achieved that. The next thing is to add this. So I'll just duplicate this row, this second row again. I'll duplicate it. Then I'll come to this place. I'll select this dollar sign. It's actually 18 by 500, same as this. So I'll select this second text and I'll change it. Just highlight it and I'll place the dollar sign there. Okay, then I can copy this first one here. Ctrl C, copy, I'll select the colon, Ctrl V, paste. Then I'll select this 0 here, which is 50 by 600, and that is same as this. Then I'll put it here, and I will remove the top padding of this. I remove the top padding of this. Then I can give it a left padding of 4. But let me make it 12. Let's see how far it goes. Okay, I think that cuts it. That cuts it. You can leave it like that. Then we can have this. So we've done something like that before. But before we do it, it's inside a container on its own. So we'll select it and look for the container. The container is a 334 by 380. So inside this column, we are going to add a container. We're going to add a container, and the container again is 334 by 380, and the border radius is 10. 334 by 380. Say 334. Okay, by 380, and it has a few color of this. It's like an off-white kind of color. It's like off-white kind of color, right? So I'll just paste this color here, enter, then I'll give it a 10. Then the top padding is 30. Top padding is 30. Top padding is 30. Then inside it as well, there is also a colon. Okay, inside it there is a colon, so I'm going to put another colon there. Okay, I'm going to put a colon there. So inside the colon we have this. So we've done something like this here before. We just go and copy what we have here from this place. So I'll just select this row, I'll copy it, and I'll scroll down back to this colon, I'll select this colon, and I'll paste it there. Okay, then I can come here and select this, and I'll copy it. Okay, I'll select this text here, and I'll paste what I have from there. Then I can duplicate this. I can duplicate it and reduce it to like 22. I'll copy this, I'll paste this here, then I'll select this and reduce it from 50 to 22. Yeah, so I have that. Then I can select it again and duplicate it 2 more times. Alright, then I can select this, copy, and I'll come here, I'll select these 2 files, and I'll paste it here. Then I'll come back to this place, I'll select chat support, I'll copy this, and I'll select this, and I'll paste it here. Then I'll select this row again just to duplicate it one more time. Then I'll select this, then I'll paste it here. Where is it? Here. I'll paste it here. Okay, so inside this column I'm going to add a button. I'm going to add a button, and the size of the button is this 260 by 64. 260 by 64. 260 by 64. Then we have this to be the text, which is this. Then I'll come here, I'll paste this text here, and I'll give the text color this green. I'll use it. Then I'll change the button color to white. Yeah, X color, yes. So then it has a border radius, I guess. Yes, it has a border radius of 20, and it has a drop shadow. Let's give it a border radius of 20, and it has a drop shadow which is already there. The drop shadow is already there. Okay, and you see it here. So I think it has a top padding of 27. Let's just give it a top padding of 27. Okay, so the reason it's going down like this is because of this place. There's too much top padding here, in which we just have 26. So I'm going to reduce this from 50 to 26. 50 to 26. Yeah, so we have this to be like this, which is perfect. So we can now duplicate it for this. All right, so you select it, select this main column, then you scroll up and select this container, which contains everything. All right, so once you select this container that contains it like this, you can now duplicate it. Then after duplicating it, you come back to this place to look for the padding is 29. So we are going to, let me just select this again so I can close it, and I can select this easily now. Alright, so after selecting this, then I'm going to change the padding. Pardon me, sorry. Yeah, so I've selected this, and I'll give it a left padding of 29. Okay, left padding of 29 again. So I'll still duplicate it again before coming back to it. Sorry, this is not 9, this is 29. 29. Yeah, so I'll scroll up like this to select it again. Right, it has been selected. I'll duplicate it again to make it 3 like this. Then coming back to this, it has a fill color of green. The container has a fill color of dark green, so I'll select dark green. I'll give it a fill color like this. Okay, then these there, they are okay. This one is pro, they are all white, so I'll select this pro. I'll come back to this place, I'll select this free, I'll change it to this. I'll select this. Actually, I can select this, I'll copy it, I'll select this one too, I'll paste it here. Then this off will come down like this. Okay, then I'll select this, and that one is, I guess, $8. Oh, sorry, not that one, this one, $8. $8. Okay, so I'll just have to change the color, the text color first to white. Yes, I'll select this, then I'll change it to white as well. You can see secondary color white, still the same thing. I can select this, I'll change the secondary color to white. I'll select this $2, and I'll change the color to white. Okay, then the size of this is quite different because the height is still the same width, but it's different. That this one is 684. So we're going to change the height of this container. So I'm going to select this column so I can see the container from here. This is the container. This is the container. 684, I guess. Yeah, 684. So I'm going to increase the height to 684. 684. So it will be longer than that. So what next? Now this button, there's a button here. You can add it there. You can always add it later. You can go ahead and add that. Then this is 130, I guess. Okay, 141. So I'll select this column. I'll select this column so that I can select this container. So after selecting this container, I'll give it a left padding of 141. Alright, 141. Okay, so we've achieved that as well. Okay, and this is the last part, and I guess we'll do that in part 3. I don't want this video to be too long, so it won't be that boring. Alright, so in part 3 we'll conclude it. I will preview everything. We can actually preview what we have done as well. Let's see what we've done, and we'll see how it looks here. Okay, it's loading. Once this brightens up now, it's about to open. Okay, so it's about to open now. Okay, so in part 3 we are going to learn how to publish it to web, so we can get the link and send the link to our friends and family for them to view it on their system as well. Look how beautiful and how sleek it is. Yeah. We are still going to look at how this will work dynamically, whereby when you select this will be highlighted. When you select this will be highlighted. We are still going to look at it later. Alright, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Also don't forget to comment on the video. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. I'll do well to answer them. Thank you very much. Bye bye.